Greetings, fellow YouTubers. This is the Budget Army Channel with yet another exciting video for your viewing pleasure. This is just a quick update, I guess you can call it, on my reloading setup. This is the press that I received for Christmas from my in-laws. These are the cutters, the sizing cutters for the 9mm and the 40. And you know, this is the cutting ball accessory. This is the cutting tool if you want to attach it to a drill. You know, here's a 1/4 inch stud there, and these shell holders screw into this end here, and then you hold this part and excuse me, trim them to the right length. This is the press, just a single stage C-frame. This is a great press to start out with. I've heard that from a number of people. Of course, eventually I want to upgrade to at least an O-frame, maybe a turret press, but overall I want to stay single stage. You know, for all those guys that have the Dillon 550Bs, they look like great presses, and I'm sure that if I had one that, you know, I'd swear by it. But, you know, there's something about, and it's just me, that I like seeing, you know, the step-by-step processes. It could be part of what I already do for a living, but that's just me. Now, one thing to take note of, okay, obviously when it's decapping around, the primers have to go somewhere. So they fall in that little hole, which there's that slot there. I don't know if you can see that. There's a slot there that when the ram goes up, it'll end up falling through the ram. So what ends up happening is if I have my press, let me move the camera over this way. So if I have my press mounted right up against my workbench, like that, all the primers are going to get stuck in this bottom portion here. So what I need is a way to get to the primers without having to, you know, uninstall it all the time. So I bought this piece of oak. I know it's a hardwood, and I guess it's possible there might be a, you know, some splitting if I don't do it right. But these are only 1/4 inch holes, so it doesn't take a very big hole. But what I'm going to do, and this is of course in the instructions that came with the press, is that I mount this strip here, drill it and mount it to on my workbench here, and then mount that there, you know, cut it to the length, and then stick another piece behind here. And so now there's a gap underneath where the primers can fall out, and then I could just, you know, eliminate them that way. I don't have a proper saw for cutting wood like this, but I do have a neighbor that is a subcontractor, and he's got all sorts of cool tools. So I'm going to go over to his house, just down the street, and see if I can borrow his miter saw. Like, I'm sure he's got one. So I've got you know, the press. I've got the length gauges. I do have a set of calipers, digital calipers, and they work great. They're really nice. Of course, from Lowe's. I can't remember what. I think like 30 bucks, 25, 30 bucks. Here's my kinetic hammer, my bullet puller. So if I mess up on a round, you know, I can take it apart and salvage the components, or what components I can salvage. And let me go ahead and turn my camera back around this way. Now, one other tool that I bought a little while back on eBay is the Lee Auto Prime. This is a great little tool. I got this for, I think after shipping, oh, maybe around 20 bucks or so, 20, 21 bucks maybe. But it came with the shell holders. And the shell holders themselves I've seen sell separately for like, you know, $15. So that's why I got this package. And like I said, including shipping, that's what it was. Now it has you can use both large primers and small primers. So that's what each of these I guess reservoirs are for. And it's real easy to put together. Get up all the parts out here. So what you do is that you put you put the lid on the one you want, okay? Or I guess you can put it off the lid. But you have that slot in there. Fits in there. Then here's your handle. You have two pieces of the handle. This slides in like that. Okay? And then, see if I can do this right in front of the camera. It's kind of weird that way. Stretches in like that. And you have, push that in, put the handle in there. Now, you have your shell holder. And depending on what caliber you use is which shell holder number you use. So let's say I was going to do 9mm 9mm handgun, which, let me see, is it on the, oh, here we go. 9mm Luger. It takes shell holder 19. So I look for 19, which is right here. I slip that in there. I'm going to push down, you got to push this down a little bit because it's spring loaded. It locks it in place. Push that down a little bit, see it goes down. You drop your shell holder. You bend down, you pick it up, and then you put it in the slot. And then you release. So it locks the shell holder in place. And then you put your primers in there. It's ridged, and so what you do, I'm going to pull the primers out now. You dump your primers into here, and then you shake it around. It'll turn it anvil side up. And then you put your cover on. Got little slots there to feed it in. Give it a twist to lock it in place. Actually, this way. No, it is this way. Okay, and then put your shell in there, and then you squeeze, and see how that plunger goes up? Seats the primer. They say you can feel it. I haven't done it yet. And then boom. Just do that for all your cases. Boom, boom, boom. And then after you're done, you put your shells away. You take the handle out. Separate these two pieces. Put them in the box. Take that off. Put that in the box. I put my shell holders box in there first, so I know I've got room. Shell holders list back in there. All fits there nicely in the box. There you go. Lee Auto Prime. And of course, here's the cutter ball. You know, which, if you want to do it by hand, you slip that in there. You screw it on. And then the case, that little stud actually determines the maximum case length. And then of course that end just cuts, you twist it, you cut it. And then you use your little deburring tool. See if I can go ahead and open it. Of course I did not bring my knife out here with me. Anyway, use that little tool. You know, there's for deburring the outside of the case, and then there's for deburring the inside of the case there. So, you know, this is some of the things that you'll need to go ahead and reload. When it said there was going to be a short video, I guess I lied. This is what, 7.5 minutes, almost 8 minutes? Yeah, 7.5 minutes. But as soon as I get the other stuff, probably in a couple weeks, hopefully, the scale is the biggest thing. Once I get the scale and get the wood cut and get my press mounted, I can actually go ahead and start loading away. I could be a loading machine, a loading fool, as it were. And I will try my best not to blow myself up or cause, you know, bodily injury or harm to my person, because that would be bad, very, very bad. So, like I said, I'm going to go through the process. I'm going to show everybody as a beginner hand loader or reloader. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. And then hopefully, if I'm doing something wrong, somebody more experienced will tell me. But then, for those of you that want to get reloading, can also see that, you know, it's not that hard or it's not that difficult. And actually, it's probably going to be kind of fun. I've been looking forward to this for actually several years. I first got the inkling to do it about back in 1993 or 94, I want to say. And, you know, I mean, I had somebody gave me an old reloading manual, and, you know, I just never got into it because at that time, ammo was still pretty cheap. And it would just made more sense for me to buy the ammo because I was shooting more back then, but it just didn't make a whole lot of sense for me to start reloading or hand loading. So now it does. And I'll get a breakdown into the cost, you know, what it cost me, because I kind of piecemealed my thing together. And some of the stuff, as you know, I got free as gifts, and so I will factor that in as well. You know, hey, there's nothing wrong with getting stuff for your birthday or Christmas. So I'll let you know, and I'll try to figure out how many rounds I would have to actually make to load in order to at least break even, and then you know, make my money back and start actually quote-unquote making money. So that's coming up, as well as, you know, some other videos. So thanks for watching. Thanks for, you know, taking the time to watch. I really appreciate your patience. And everybody, just have a great day or week, month, year, whatever, and God bless.